Welcome to another video, guys. I really do apologize if the clip at the beginning of the video was a little too sad, but the truth is that is a lot of us reality. We are doing protective style after protective styles and no results. At the end of taking down our protective style, our hair is the same length, or unfortunately we lost some length to breakage. So in today's video we will be discussing 7 reasons why you are doing protective styles but you are not seeing any results. Just before we get into those 7 reasons, if you are new here, I'm Chrissy. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Feel free to look around and to press that subscribe button. And if you are already a subscriber, you know it already, right? Thank you so much for being a part of this family. Without any more delay, let's get straight into this video.
Whether you plan to do a protective style that will last for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, or even 6 weeks, regardless of how long you plan to keep in your protective style, cleansing your scalp and hair should be the first thing to consider, as this will have a major impact on the longevity of your style. You want to be able to go the time you set to wear your protective style without any interruptions. But itching and flaking in the first week can kill that possibility. However, cleansing before you do your style will free your scalp and hair from dirt and buildup, creating a safe environment for healthy new growth to thriving and for your hair to absorb moisture better. I know a lot of people stay away from protein, especially low porosity girls, and believe me, I get it. Protein overload is real, but you know what is also real? Breakage. Once you wear protective styles regularly, I suggest you do protein treatments before and even after you take down your protective style. What the right balance of protein will do is it will strengthen your hair, and when your hair is stronger, it will not break as easily or as significantly like when it is weak. There are different brands of proteins out there. Some are stronger and some are on the less concentrated side. Find one that works for you. If you want to know the ones that I use, you can check out this video on my right, or maybe it's my left. I'm not too sure. Anyways, in the same breath, guys, please be sure to utilize your deep conditioners as well. Your hair needs that moisture back in after you've cleansed your hair and done your protein treatment. Also, if you don't usually do this, please start moisturizing your hair before you style it. To be protective styling and still be at the same length, or even worse, to lose length, is obviously a breakage problem, and moisture is a major way to fix that. Your protective style could be the reason why you aren't seeing the results you want. It might just not be the style for your hair or for you. Extension is not for everyone. Mini braid is not for everyone, and cornrows is certainly not for everyone. The easiest ways to know if a style doesn't work for you or for your hair is: 1. You have limited time to dedicate to your hair. If this is you, please stay away from anything mini or micro. The time is just not on your hands to install them yourself or to take them down gently. And 2, you are tender-headed. Please save yourself the pain and avoid styles that tend to be heavy and tight, like cornrows with extension, braids with extension, or even faux locks. Yes, faux locks. Most people tend to regard this one as safe, since you're only just wrapping hair over your natural hair. But the wrapping can create some amount of tension that people who are severely tender-headed might not be able to tolerate. The third way of knowing if a style doesn't work for your hair is if your hair gets dry easily in the style. For example, my hair. I never wear my hair in big twists, because I will moisturize my hair right now and within an hour it is dry. But in chunky and mini twists, my hair will keep moisture in for up to 2 weeks. Number 4 is your hair is fine and on the more fragile side. I don't think it's wise to do micro styles or use heavy extensions when your hair is like this, as it is obviously way easier to break. Try medium size styles with your hair and use less extensions to ensure that you don't add that extra stress to your hair. You can be a little less conscious about your hands when you are in extensions, since your hair is entirely, and of course this includes your ends, within the extension. However, when you do styles with your hair, twists, braids, or even cornrows, you will need to pay attention to your ends. Tuck them in and try to keep them off your clothing. Do your best to protect them so they don't break off. Let me tell you something. Not because you don't see your ends breaking in real time means it isn't. The thing is, it breaks a little at a time, and this can add up to 1, 2, even 3 inches over a period of 6 months. As a result, when you do your length check, your hair moved from 15 to 12 inches, or it never made it past 12. I know life can happen sometimes, but try your best to take your style down when you should. You can know the limit for your hair based on how soon it starts to become severely tangled, and pay attention to how fuzzy your hair is becoming. Personally, for me, fuzzy hair is an indication that my hair is aging and is becoming tangled. My hair starts to tangle anytime after 2 weeks with frequent moisturizing and 1 month with minimal moisturizing. It also varies on the size of the style. If my hair is in mini twist, it will take a longer time to start to tangle and mat in the style, but for bigger twist, it will happen much faster. However, this is my hair. You have to pay attention to your hair and figure this out. I am strongly against prolonging beyond what your hair can go. And the reason is you are more likely to break and damage your hair when it is almost locked. It just requires too much manipulation and patience you might not even have. You might think you have it when you decide to leave your protective styling for that extra week, but trust me, you see, when you're tired, you don't care. So that extra week can cost you everything you've been working to achieve. I know the plan behind protective style most times is to relax and not to be bothered by our hair and our demands, right? But you still need to check how your hair is doing in the protective style, and most importantly, give it some moisture from time to time. Sometimes your hair may only need a little mist of water to look and feel hydrated again, while other times you may need to go in with your leave-in and designated products for adding moisture to your hair. I don't know if anybody else talks about this, but redoing sections that tend to tangle quickly is one thing I've started to do. And I think it's a good idea to try this out too if you have sections that tends to tangle a bit faster than every other section. The back of my hair tends to tangle fast and even matte if I allow it. And so it's like the shortest section on my head right now. It also seems to grow slower too, and this could be because I never used to pay any attention to it. I just realized that it tangles and mats quicker and just didn't care. But since the start of this year, I've stopped doing that, and I know redo the back section and the front section. Those are the two sections that tend to just tangle and mat like it's nobody's business. So if you experience this as well, redo those sections to ensure that you're keeping it healthy and ensure that it's growing as even as the rest of your hair. I know our hair doesn't naturally grow even, but sometimes breakage could be the reason why some sections of your hair seems to not grow or seems to grow slower. So it's that time when your style has done its time. First thing first, how are you feeling? And do you have the time? Because you cannot, I say cannot, expect to take 30 minutes to take down a 1 month old style. No, don't do it. This is something you will have to take your time to do, and of course, exercise patience. Put yourself and mind in the place to give your hair the attention it needs and be gentle. Personally, I like to moisturize my hair before I take it down to avoid breakage. Sometimes I use plain water, and recently I am trying out aloe vera water. If you're still here with me, that is what I'm using in this clip. Work in sections while you're taking down your hair. So say you're in twist like myself. After you've taken down a few of them, twist that portion of your hair to keep it separated. As for me, I stay in twist, so I just take one down finger detangle to get out the shed hairs, and I twist it back up again, as this is also how I'll be washing my hair. The three biggest reasons why people lose a lot of hair during takedown is 1. They rush through. 2. They take down their hair dry. And 3. They over detangle. You don't need to detangle your hair while taking down the style, then detangle again before you shampoo. Choose one time to detangle, so it's either you'll detangle while taking down your hair or before you shampoo. But don't do it twice. You really don't need to, because you will even detangle again while you're conditioning. That's just too much manipulation. Remember, the less you manipulate your hair is the less you will cause it to break. And if you didn't get that clearly, let me give you an example of myself. If I detangle while I'm taking down my hair like you see me doing, I go straight to washing after I've done this. And the only time I detangle again is either when I'm conditioning my hair or when I'm going to style my hair, and that's it. There's this saying that you should allow your hair to rest after a protective style, and I agree. But you have to be cautious with the styles you do to give your hair a break. Puffs and froze are not just eye maintenance, and what I mean by eye maintenance is that they require you touching your hair more often. These styles are not just eye maintenance, but they make a lot of people, including myself, hair tangle and dry out faster. I believe you can already tell where I'm heading to. Yes, it's breakage. I sound so repetitive, right? But yes, the froze and puffs can cause your hair to break and render your efforts to grow your hair in protective styles useless. But you say, I still need to break. I still need to break from my protective styles. Yes, you still need to. But what you can do is, instead of leaving your ends exposed in your pineapple puffs, twist those ends and tuck them in. This is only if your plan is to actually retain your length though, which I believe you want to.